if I could just say them. I'm so egotistical. Is that the voice I hear in the background?
The girl at the front
So
something else is turned
egotistical.
up on. But I did turn up when I reserved my spot and went for it.
Oh my gosh, wait, is she lower than this? Look, she's just going now. Hallelujah. Hey, thank you. My name is Styles Cobb. I am a revolutionary, a healer, a spirit. I'm a very healed individual, and I go around doing healing work. Thank you. And it's so beautiful that the sister that came before me started, I'm a woman. I was eating cherries on the way here. Before I even get to that, everybody that before me, yeah, come on, tone setters, come on, artists, come on, people of reflection, come on, doing it. Come on. I love when each artist is an artist. I saw young Kanye over here, young Maya Angelou, another extension of, the arts of Maya Angelou over here with you as well. It's so much reflection of, our aspiration or our goal, if you will. So my thing is freestyle. I'm not really, I'm just led by the spirit and I come to speak. And she said, I am a woman. I was eating cherries on the way here. And the anatomy of a cherry had like a booty. Have you ever seen a cherry where it's like two cherries? And it's like, booty. It's just two cherries merged together. Who knows what happened? But it's two cherries. And my whole bag, and God knows how much I like booty. So, God, and I believe there's no coincidences. God speaks to us even in the smallest, minute ways. You overlook it, because if you gave it credit, you take note of it, and you'd be like, wait, that means something. So now everything means something. Wait, no, yeah. So that's what I go to spread, because it's not only for me, it's for all of us. I'm just minding my business. You call it whatever you want to or don't want to. But it's there. Did you hear the crispness of that pop? Pop on Bronx, New York. That's the Bronx. And I had a good wet mouth. Excuse me, no sorry. Anyway, that's what I was talking about with the cherries. God is in everything. I'm like, and woman. Like, God's probably most likely, if it had to be anything, the last thing it was going to be is a man. We need women's help most of the time. Most men, not me, because, he's tapped into the feminine divine. You have to tap into your feminine divine, so you're not like, honey, could you do this? Could you do it? But anyway, so God is like in every single thing, and it reproduces. Like, once you tap into that energy, you now reproduce yourself. You transform yourself. I am now on a higher level. I came into myself. It's like I was born again. I gave myself birth. But I didn't do it alone. There was guidance. I just used the tools around me. We are in 2020, what? 2020, people are riding around on electric scooters, one wheels. Honey, we are in the best time. I can send you a photo on my phone next to you. And all of this time, I can think things that you don't even know, and they're none of your business. But still, I can think outside of you, and you have no... Beautiful time to be in. Yes, grateful. I'm highly grateful, okay? So, God is a woman, or something that reproduces at such a very vast rate, and we tap into it. I'm looking at the bag of cherries like, so what is this, a sermon? What is this? God is a woman, because, everything's, I'm like, so what's this, a sermon? I get in, and she's like, yeah, I'm a woman, and she's basically, you don't even got a hint at it. She's like, yeah, we started all of this. It's called mitochondria. Without it, you wouldn't be a thinking, your DNA, DNA, biology-wise. We are all women. We are women first. And then we transform into things like this sometimes, and other renditions of men. We all have very different variations. I love being a man. But back to the God is in everything. So I saw God in all of the alignment with everybody speaking to me again today, because I'm like, I love this. Because I'm a compilation artist. It's like I freestyle. So when everybody gives me inspiration, it just makes so much sense. And I have to go and spread it, because you're a creator, you're a winner, it's the belief. Once you believe it, you up here, you're like, I'm the number one. I'm like, yes, that's the energy, brother. And if you say that when you wake up, and you say that when you go to sleep, and you say that when you shower, and you say that when you spill something, or when you slip, or even when you make a mistake, you stay on that path of I am number one, you are going to be number one. And then in 20 years or 10 years, or however old you are, whatever your, trajectory. Kanye, who? And now you're the new artist, madman, billionaire, okay? Because that's out there for all of us. Nothing but abundance lies outside of the doors and in the doors with each other, as well as pouring into. I pour into you, you pour into me, I help you, you help me. Or we don't talk about nothing. Because if I'm not about to help you, we're not about to sit here and talk about other people. That is not helping us. How can we make billions and millions of dollars and sit in comfort inside of ourselves from a soul level as well as a financial level? Because once you get the soul work done, and this is what a lot of the millionaires know, they've done so much trauma healing. They've done so much therapy. Once you get to that place of clearing inside of yourself where you don't have no clutter and garbage, you can walk straight to your abundance. And then there's nobody to blame, there's nobody to point to, because now you focus on minding your business because you understand that, oh my gosh, it all begins and ends with me and what I think and what I put out there. And God, you have given me the power to do whatever I want to with everything around here. That's why everything's around here for me? What? Let me go out there and go get some of this. Now you talk to everybody like, oh, I see it in you. Look at God being God, however God wants to be. Oh, look at you. Oh, look, being different. Ain't nobody the same. Even if they want to try, you have to be the same. You have to have different thoughts when you go to sleep and when you wake up. You can't have my thoughts. You know what I'm thinking. And I'm now only always focused and positively thinking good and well thoughts. It brings me into good and well things and good and well abundance, and everything becomes easy. And this is what we preach, because it's not just there for me. It's just like I can't have it all myself, you know. And I want it for people I love, but sometimes they're the hardest people to trick, or not trick. But turn from the light of the distraction and the misfocus and other people's business. Let's talk about other people's. Nope, you're getting them energy. So now they're getting abundance. Energy just transfers into things, essentially. Energy just transfers into things. So the more we give our energy by way of focus, and that's the deepest focus, not even when I open my mouth and talk, this is the last focus, starts from inside here. All the shit you hear right now is coming from outside my mouth. Excuse me for the curses. Is that legal? Is that fine? Okay, good. Because he's gonna talk. So we tap into that energy and we do clearing work, and all of the millionaires and billionaires know that. That's why once they do the clearing work, now they're available for the manifestations and the alignments and actually creating reality. Because now you're working with God, because God is there to work with you. God only wants what you want. When you only start wanting good stuff, you only get good stuff. Just don't get distracted by the things around you. And I think that is my message that I'm supposed to be spreading here today. That God has told me to come. You know, there's nothing that we cannot do. I can sing, I can dance, I can get up there and act. I can do what I wanna do. I ain't got no limitations, and baby, neither do you. There's something inside us, tingling in our soul. And if you want anything, you got it. Just get it, bitch, and go. Get it, bitch, and go. He's a fool, Aquarius. But yeah, and then freestyle, like I'm telling you, once you tap into God wisdom, now you have clarity. I also don't smoke and drink because that will throw a bitch off all the time. Okay, I just be on. So I know how it is because I'm 34 and I was drinking something like 50 years. Ain't never knew what a day as an adult paying my own bills was not like being high. I was always high on weed, only weed, you know, none of the hard stuff. And thank gosh. But even only weed was just still not being here fully. When you become here fully and you start to, and then it's the healing work of the self-trauma, and then you tap into the manifestations, and then you tap into, they've created bullshit for everybody to engage in. Everybody's engaging in bullshit, like it's not bullshit. How do I wake these people up? No, they're calling bullshit their shit. No! The work is so difficult, but it's, you know, I love it. Because once you go inside yourself, you're clear. No blockage. And I don't lead with ego. I have nothing to prove to nobody. I'm very confident within myself because it don't come from y'all. It comes from it that we can't see. Inspiration you can't see. Motivation you can't see. Feelings we can't see, but they are there like the air we are breathing. So once we tap into that, I'm just always like, oh, tap into God energy. And as I'll leave you with this, because I can talk about God energy all day long. I'm on the way here. Homeless person on the train begging for money. Now, what we do as individuals, I task us all, if you take it within yourself, you task yourself with the accountability of nobody else's business is any of our business. No, we don't have to leave our house and then see people and now be inundated with thoughts and feelings that their being is going to provoke out of us. That's our work individually. Of course, when we leave our house, we see things. And as people who can see, we think things. So, say that to say, on a train where we're all making dollars. A dollar is nothing at some point in our life. We're not 16, 17, but you know you got a dollar. No shade. It's no shade at all. At some point, it's like honesty. For to be completely honest, I have multiple dollars. And I have multiple dollars because I want to, and I made my life so I can have multiple dollars. Now I get to the world where somebody's asking for $1, and I can't give it to them. It makes me so, I'd be like, that's why I'm on a train. Let me hurt and pull out $1. 2 people today, just because as I helped this one brother, I pulled out my phone and started writing a sermon like, we must help, we must do something. We must task ourselves as people with abundance. The fact that we're breathing and getting up and going and doing, we have more than enough. The least we can do is at least give the effort as individuals to say, you know what? I see the best in you. I'm not going to see none of your holy clothes. I'm not going to look at your foot. I'm not going to mind your business. I see you as an individual still looking for more. Look at you looking for more. If you were good and fine, you'd just be sitting there minding your business. You wouldn't be asking me for nothing. You see more, so you're seeking it. And you see it in all of us. You know we have it. You just can't shake us and get it from us. So you're asking politely in New York on a train where ain't nobody, oh, goodness, the work that they're doing. So anyway, I'm like, here, I want to acknowledge that. So I have to push that out because sometimes it's perspective and people aren't thinking in that way. So when you give people a new shadow, a new light, a new avenue or angle to look at something like, you know what? Yeah, I don't know what you're gonna do with this $1. But shit, that's none of my business. If I love unconditionally, if I do unconditionally, then that will be the result. They will benefit. And then somebody else will see you, and then you create this chain reaction of change? What? What kind of chain reaction of change? That's beautiful. So that's what we're here to do. And that's my work. I'm like, I'm good. I only will go around doing healing work and seeing people in their best, even if they're not navigating in it, because again, that's none of my business. And I like to focus on minding my business because I know that the more I focus on minding my business, I get abundance. It's like, oh shit, because I can focus and I can see my cues. I know what I've talked to the universe about. I know what's out there for me. So I can see it. I can be available, minding my business. Not minding somebody else's business or judging them as I see them. Like, oh, yeah, they can't afford what I can afford. And that's none of my business. Here, take $1 or $2. Come outside just with like $5 on my hip so I can hear. It's none of my business, but I don't want to be part of the problem by ignoring it and saying, oh, well, we got to clean that up. That's called trauma healing. Again, once you do the work and you get to a clear place, you only want love for everybody because you see everybody as clean slates and also minding their business because this is all a journey. Ain't none of it easy. Goodness be it that you could come to a place of clarity in your mind to be like, oh, this is what's happening? That's why I'm always so thankful. And I don't lead with egos. No ego, I'm not better than nobody. Nobody could be ever better than me or me them. So this is just something to stretch out. Like once you know that also puts us all on an even keel playing field. It's like, oh, and don't be pretending like you're better than me. I know the team. None of us are better than any of us. The cats are better, matter of fact. They have it so figured out. Cats, yeah. They watch us while we feed them. And they do it like, yeah, get my shit. Like, what's wrong with you? Yeah, because they're worthy. They know their worthiness. We as individuals, we have to teach ourselves our worthiness as we get older because we lose it from children. Children know their worth. They be like, yeah, you had me. I didn't ask for nothing. Sometimes they say, like, bitch, give it to me. Why you acting like you don't take me? Or you don't take me where I want to go? Like, stop acting like I'm unworthy just because you can't afford it. Take me where I want to go. Yeah, so finding our worthiness because animals and everything else knows it. So, but he can speak for hours, but just task yourself. I'm looking at the individuals in this room because I'm like, task yourself. Going into your life, going forward, okay, I'm going to help somebody on purpose because it's none of my business. And that which I can't see, whether you've tapped into God energy or not, it's none of my business. And it's none of God's business. God still is there with us, or source energy as I call it, because God provokes sometimes, you know. So it's always there with us through any distraction, through any type of situation. It's always placing everything. So now I'll be like, oh, look at you. Oh, placement. Sometimes I call it placement. Sometimes I call it God. Sometimes I call it source energy. Sometimes I'll be like, listen, girl, and bitch, and all types of, verbiage. Because I'm like, this is a doctor. We're doing this dance. So again, I'm just pushing out that dance. Remember, be mindful and go forth and do the work. Create your little armies. Because now that you know the work, and everybody can become a millionaire, then you create little circles of like-minded, accountable individuals. I hold you accountable, you hold me accountable, we hold each other accountable, we stay focused on the goal, and then boom, I see your manifestation happening, so I know my manifestation is coming, and then boom, my manifestation comes, and boom, and I was like, oh my gosh, what have we been doing for our lives? Anyway, thank you so much for listening to me, and you can follow me on Instagram if you're interested at Steve, like Silas Steve, but Steve, because I'm style no more. But you can't leave it behind. You know, once you start, it's like, style is embedded in me. I wish I could stop being. It's like, no, I just, each time going to the store, like I always look like $1 million by accident, just because, you know, I can put jeans with that. Oh, blouse. Oh, yes, style. But anyway, Style Steve. That was my ego talking. It wanted to be recognized. Like, chill out. Thank y'all. Have a good day.